Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to One for All is Love, the Daily Dose with Sonya Spirit. That be me. Today's topic is stay focused and grounded. Today is a beautiful Thursday, November 19th, 2020. So today is seven energy day. And I guess I'll talk a little bit more about that maybe in the future. Because I keep referencing these days, but I don't reference what type of energy is associated with the day. So shame on me. But today is about focus and being grounded, staying focused and staying grounded. And why is this important? There's a lot of activity taking place. Even more so now than before, if you can believe that. Now that the election is over, we are back to COVID 24/7 in terms of news cycle, information. That's it. It's just COVID nonstop. Um, which was, before we was bombarded by all the election advertisements and news. Okay, so anyway, so it appears that the virus is mutating and back on the rise. A couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had posted how I think it's Denmark is planning on killing 15 million minks um, because the virus, I guess, transmuted to the animals and then transformed, um, became stronger or just transformed. So just being different alone will have an impact. And then it's being transferred back to humans. Anyway, that's another story. Killing 15 million minks. Um, so the paranoia begins is where I'm going with that. And I know there are people advocates, and I'm not, believe me, I'm not a pet over people person. That's not me. I don't think animals have this, you know, more rights than a human being does. However, I do think all life is sacred. But this is not what this show is about. This episode. So COVID is back on the rise. There's a whole lot of chaos taking place around the election, of course, and the transference of power. And of course, Nostradamus still is echoing in my mind because I think he actually said something about the 45th president and how some Byzantine laws will be changed because of him. So I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it has a lot to do with probably evicting him out the White House. Listen, you can't make this stuff up. Now I'm laughing, but it's not it's not funny. And it has nothing to do with the presidency because I don't revere that position. The only thing I revere is God, period. That's all there is. Everything else is man-made, self-imposed, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. But what I'm saying is, so there's going to be a lot of change taking place. As a spiritual being, be mindful of it. Certainly meditate on any questions that you might have, but just know the change is coming and it's not going to be comfortable. As I said probably a couple of months ago, it's darkest before the dawn. And I know the whole Trump era seemed like it was dark for I guess 78 million people. But however, so things are will probably, because I'm not a seer, but this is what I'm feeling energetically, because it's the messaging that I'm receiving, will probably get worse before it gets better. Of course, we're moving into the holidays. We're moving into colder weather. We're moving into the winter season, and the winter solstice. And this year, from what I hear from astrologers, this winter solstice will be very charged energetically. Okay, but that's not what this is about either. But what I do want us to stay cognizant of is being focused and grounded, because as things change, and it's going to change, because okay, so we have a Democratic president-elect who is all for mask mandates and economy shutdowns. And I'm not saying it's good, bad, or indifferent, period. Because I'm not a fan of the capitalistic economy. Okay, I think it feeds off the poor, but that's another story. However, I don't have an, I'm not offering an alternative, so that's why I just keep my opinion to myself. But as a spiritual being, okay, as someone who is on their spiritual path, stay focused and stay centered and stay grounded. Arm yourself. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean a gun. That's not going to help you. It's just not. um, on a physical realm, yeah, and if that's where you're operating, then yes, you will need a gun. If that's your soul essence and presence is on the physical level, then so be it. Do what you have to do. But as a spiritual being, a gun is not going to help you. You already know. And so you just need to make sure that you are not caught up in the chaos. And things will happen to you to poke a reaction. Um, and just hey, was it Proverbs 46:10? Be still and know that I am God. Because as you are tested, however you are tested, um, it's going to be your responsibility to stop, observe, assess, and modify. Okay. No reactions. You want to pause so that you can respond appropriately. And I know I've said this before, and the whole purpose is not really to reiterate or iterate how you should be responding or focusing on, the tools and techniques, but know that change is coming and don't be caught off guard. Okay, because oftentimes, we react knee-jerk reaction because we have an expectation that has not been met. Either it was a different outcome or just, it just wasn't what we were expecting. But I just want us to stay mindful, stay focused. If you meditate even more. If you can slip in a little bit more. If you pray a little bit more if you can. But just make sure that you are properly aligned the first thing when you wake up in the morning and right before you go to bed, even if they're just simple prayers or simple affirmations, because that's all the energy and time that you can muster. Listen, you do what you can. Okay, don't worry about what other people do and don't worry about other people judging you. You do what you can because that relationship is between you and your God. And God knows when you are doing the best that you can. Like I said, you can run, but there's no hiding place, not from God. So God knows what your intentions are. God knows what effort you're putting forth. And God, listen, you take the step, God is going to will unfold the path for you. Okay? All you got to do is you may not even see a path. Take that first step and that path will start unfolding for you. Okay, that's the beauty of spirit. We bumping on 8 minutes. Just stay focused, stay centered, stay grounded. Remember your affirmations, your meditations, your prayers. Clean your chakras, your energy centers. I'm gonna have to talk more about energy centers because energy centers really is the name of the game. They're characteristics within our being that we have to balance. Okay. But that's all I have for now. Happy Thursday. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your day and goodbye. Mwah.